Yup. Yup. We do this. We do this. Mac, he is here. He's a tea timer. Yeah. New and reimagined tea time. We still do the tea time. Come on. And let's end it right there. Well, just end the song, that is. We got a lot of things in store for us, and let's keep the good times rolling. For those who do not know, let me lift you up underneath the rock that you've been living under. Let me pull you out, pry you by the top of your head, pull you out. Because this shit right here, this shit right here, this shit right here, this is tea time. And I'm your host, Tony Murr. And whether you're a fan of the Masters, whether you're a fan of ice cream, whether you're a fan of tacos, whether you're a fan of putting your feet in the sand, whether you are a fan of hiking up in the mountains, I don't care what type of person that you are. If you find yourself watching this show here tonight, if you find yourself in this little corner of the internet listening to Tony Murr, looking at him, teeing up, then you are officially teed up. We are teed up around here. So, for those who do not know what tea time is, let me tell you, because it is something in that's ever evolving. It's like those birds, those canaries that were on Darwin's Island. I forget what type of birds those exactly were. I'm gonna have to look that up right now because it's gonna pain me. Birds on Darwin's Island in the Galapagos. The finches. This show is like one of Darwin's finches because it's ever evolving. We're getting with the times, and if you don't get with the times, you're going to be left behind to die. Adapt and multiply is the same thing that we do around here. Same thing with the finches is what tea time's doing. So what you typically find tea time doing is it's an alternate broadcast of sorts. This show is primarily sports focused, and it still will be. So what I typically do is I pick a game, and it's usually a big game like the one on Monday, the national championship game in men's basketball. It could be the Super Bowl. It could be an NFL playoff game. It could be an NBA playoff game. It could be the Masters. It could be the Little League World Series. If you're a tea timer, you know that I'm covering these games, but how I cover it is you're watching the game as you typically would on your big screen, and then on your side screen, whatever your secondary device is, you got tea time queued up because I'm like the live broadcaster for the game. It's an alternate broadcast. Picture the Manning cast if you watch Monday Night Football, except it's sexier, it's more entertaining, it's more tantalizing. That's what we're going with here. It's new and reimagined. We're doing things differently around here. And what I wanted to do is because sometimes there's a lull in sports. Sometimes not everyone's going to be watching the same sport event or caring about the same sporting event. So what I wanted to do is once a week I'm going to add a stream. It's going to be a weekly news recap. And what that is basically I'm going on like everyone else. If you're looking at YouTube right now, you're online. Okay, I'm online myself, and my go-to app when I'm online is X, and that's where you're getting all the information: the good, the bad, the ugly, the horny. Yeah, a lot of horny stuff's on there too. But what I'm doing is I'm liking stuff, like heart, maybe a comment of my own. And what I'm doing is I'm amassing and obtaining information for this show. So once a week, I'm going to go through my likes on Twitter just to see what is popping off in the world, what's going on in Tony Murr's world. And you can imagine, if you're living out in the world, you know what type of shit that we're living in right now. We got a war going on in the Middle East. There's nuclear threats going on. The price of gas is going up. Stock prices are going down. That isn't the type of news that we're talking about. Go to CNN, go to Fox News, go somewhere else for that shit. This is prohibitively and strictly entertainment purposes. We are doing this for the mere entertainment value, and that's exactly what we're going to be bringing you here. So if you are a part of the show, if you are currently tea timing, what you could do is if you saw something on the internet, hit me on the DMs, right there. You got my socials over there. You can hit me on the DM. Say, Tony, I saw this. What do you think about it? Or you just hit me up right here, front and center in the chat to say, hey, I saw this on the internet. Care to comment? And I will. I probably will, unless you bring up the bullshit. If you bring up the bullshit, that's not what this show's about. We're not playing gotcha over here. No one's getting got. We're just here for a good ass time. Okay? So what I want to start off every show with is there's a song called Yup by E40. Because of copyright restrictions, I cannot play the song, but what we're going to do is I'm going to rap the song for you. I'm going to go through the lyrics and hopefully I hit it with that poignant punch that you need to really feel it. So let me pull that up here. Yup. E40 lyrics. All right. Choices, parentheses, yup, song by E40. Ever told on a player? Nope. Ever squeeze a trigger? Yep. Ever set a player up? No. Ever help a brother out when he was down on his luck? Yep. You a sap? Nope. You a boss player? You a Mac? Yep. Let me hold a couple dollars? Nope. You'll be still popping your collar? Yep. Stock rims on a scraper? Nope. Paint wetter than a lake? Yep. Poodle in my blood? Nope. Bitch, I'm a thug? Yep. You a loser? Nope. Winner? Yep. Starving? Nope. Dinner? Yep. You still sell dope? Nope. Now you cleaner than a bar Dove soap? Yep. You got a little Gouda? Nope. Got a thumper? Got a Ruger? Yep. You in love with the hoe? Nope. She bring you the dope? Yep. You gonna cry if she leave? Nope. You gonna fly overseas? Yep. Everybody got choices. I choose to get money. I stuck to this bread. Everybody got choices. These bitches just choosing. I'm all in their head. Everybody got choices. Keep it 1,000. The life that I chose. Everybody got choices. These players be hating. I already know. I never go broke. No, no, no. But I'm staying getting money. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I ain't gonna sell my soul. No, no, no. I'm staying getting money. Yeah, yeah, yeah. If you broke, you ain't like me. No, no, no. I'ma stay getting money, yeah, yeah, yeah. I give a fuck if you like me, no, no, no. I'ma stay getting money, yeah, yeah, yeah. Lazy? Nope. Got dick that'll drive a hoe crazy? Yep. Hater? Nope. Wanna see a player get paper? Yep. Traitor? Nope. Loyal to the soil, not a faker? Yep. Sleep? Nope. Bust moves hella active in the streets? Yep. Scared of the dark? Nope. Have money, have heart? Yep. Narc? Nope. Shark? Yep. Check a bitch like... Wait, I lost it. Gossip like a broad? Nope. Check a bitch like a smog? Yep. Slipping? Nope. Tripping? Yep. Sober as a gopher? Nope. Higher than a roller coaster? Yep. Star Wars? Nope. Yoda? Yep. Never leave the house without a strap? Nope. Shoot a motherfucker in his nap? Yep. Never been a sucker or a pussy? Nope. Blowing cookie, never coughing like a rookie? Yep. Was it love at first sight? Nope. Did she ride you like a bike? Yep. Was it ripe? Nope. Was it pussy tight? Yep. Got some property? Nope. Drive a Maserati? Yep. You softer than a sock? Nope. You solid as a rock? Yep. Slow? Nope. Trained to go? Yep. Your team weak? Nope. You respecting the street needs? Yep. Shallow? Nope. Dick neat? Yep. Broke? Nope. Chin neat? Yep. Not a BB or a pellet gun? Nope. But a long barrel bass drum? Yep. If I get into it, we'll run? Nope. Give them a play a fair one? Yep. Still live in the trap? Nope. You ever go back? Yep. Wear a wire and a camera? Nope. Ears to the scanner? Yep. Okay. So there's a couple trip ups right there. There's words in there that you cannot say that you gotta pause on. But this is how I want to start the show because it just gives you a good sentiment to go off of. Yup. Yup. It shows what you are and what you're not. Yup. Nope. Let me see. Star Wars? Nope. Yoda? Yep. Sober as a gopher? Nope. Higher than a roller coaster? Yep. Scared of the dark? Nope. Have money, have heart? Yep. See, like all that stuff. That's the stuff that we stand for when it comes to tea time. So if you do not, if you, for the questions that we said nope to, and you're saying yep to those, please leave. If you the questions that we said yep to, you say nope to, please leave. Okay, this is how we discriminate because I want it to be inclusive. I want everyone to be a part of this. But if you're not from the same cloth, if you're not from the same sentiment, then I don't know if you're really gonna get along. I don't know if we're really gonna jive. I don't know if you're really going to enjoy the rest of the show. So that's how I kind of set the tone. Okay, so now we're gonna roll where I'm gonna go like this. Ready? We're gonna go chinny. Yup. No. Dini. All right. I'm gonna horse race leaderboard. We're gonna go there. We're gonna go here too. Don't worry, I'm getting it set up for everyone. Getting it set up, and then everybody got choices. I choose to get money. I'm stuck to this bread. Everybody got choices. These bitches is choosing it all in their head. Everybody got choices. Keep it 1,000. That life that I chose. All right, ready? Window. I'm still sizing this motherfucker up. Yeah, there we go. Don't worry. Don't worry. We're just it's the first show of its kind, people. Gotta get it ready. Gotta get it right. Was it right? Nope. She tight? Yep. You don't cry when she leaves? Nope. Alright, here we go. Now we are good. Alright. Style houses. This is the first thing I want to look at. I was looking at this earlier. Yeah, we're talking style of houses. I'm still trying to get the best vantage point for everyone. But then once I get rid of this, then I'm in the way. Then I'm in the way. You know what? We're gonna go. We're gonna go here. Okay. All right. So if you're looking for a certain style of house, Cape Cod ain't a part of it. Yeah, that it's too simple. Unless you're on Cape Cod, it's too simple. It's too simple. I love the modern look. When I look at houses that are newly built, these are the things that I enjoy. That one is great. Colonial, that's out. Used to be way in Massachusetts. Colonial is out. Craftsman is also out. Meter Danian, I'm okay with. Mediterranean. Mediterranean. See, now are these even words? Like, I feel like these two words are just here to screw me up. Mediterranean, that's got to be your vacation house. That ain't the number one. Ranch, we're not doing that. Cottage, we ain't doing that either. French country. I'm not mad about the French country one. Big ass doorway right in your face when you pop in. The craftsman bungalow. I'm not going with the bungalow either. The Greek Revue. That's something of a modern and like the contemporary, the modern, the contemporary, this Greek Revue, that's the type of house that you can find me in. Townhouse, no. Mid-century, no. Mediterranean revival, I'm okay with. This is a chalet. You're missing I'm in the way of the chalet. I'm in the way of the chalet. But let me see. Gable front, Georgian, okay. I mean, these are just things that popped out to me. So what I'm doing is I'm bringing you through my timeline and showing you things that are of interest. All right, so we got the Masters obviously this week. The Masters are happening, and the Masters dinner is something that often goes on. And what I wanted to point to, people were mad about these shoes, the sneakers on Sergio Garcia. This is a guy that shows up for the Masters. He's always got a weird fit on. Like, he's very much going with his live golf fits. And the live golf uniforms and PGA events or major events, they don't really go together. Like, when you see someone wearing one of those stupid logos, one of those stupid teams, it doesn't seem right. And he's someone that wears long sleeves underneath too. He wears that compression, either long sleeves or he's wearing a compression Under Armour, something I also can't get behind on the golf course. What I do want to point to is his wife. Let's just call a spade here. I'm not afraid to admit it. When I see something, I'll say something. Kind of like the Army back in the day. But good job, Sergio. Good job. And another thing that I'll mention, legs. That is a hell of a calf. That is a hell of a calf. I don't know how she's training. I don't know what she's feeding those things, but it's pure. She's feeding those things straight organic, straight free range. That ain't eating grain. That's grass fed. That's grass fed calves right there. All right, moving on. All right, a cult expert filmmaker infiltrate a polygamous sect to expose a self-proclaimed prophet.
Are you a prophet?
Let's go.
Predators don't come in dressed with their horns and their cape. They come in dressed in their suit and tie.
Are you a prophet?
I like that line.
If I said I wasn't.
In the aftermath of Warren Jeff's incarceration, the FLDS has really been fraying and fragmented. Sam Bateman saw himself being an heir apparent to Warren Jeffs.
We're following a false prophet, and he's leading us right to hell.
When we moved to this town, we thought, well, maybe we could do a documentary of these FLDS people because they're so
FLDS.
And that's how we met Sam. Seeing Sam with all these females is concerning. But there were rumors that he was married to the children. So we got an idea.
That's a hot topic nowadays.
Spent more time with them and developed a relationship with them. Maybe we would see what was really going on.
The girls are loving Sam. Is what's
somebody
going on.
wanting to be recorded all of the time, especially talking about some of the heinous crimes that he was committing.
Oh, he liked talking about it. Oh, what a
We
creepo.
weren't living very far from the police station. But will they hear one woman's cry?
Wow, a lot of these psychos, they like to do it in plain sight too.
I asked him, if we get caught, what are they going to do to us?
We were concerned about the threats that Sam Bateman would make.
If Sam found out what I was doing, he will take my children, and he will flee.
I was so trusted. I wanted to help them before they found out I was a mole.
Suspicious vehicle. Seeker taking out.
Sorry, I had tacos, kind of smelling the hands.
I remember them saying, you're the only one that hasn't betrayed us. But I'm not betraying them. I'm helping them. Right?
Is this Maddie McCarthy in here? Is that who this is? First of all, this is quite an honor having you on the Tea Time airwaves, and Anne Victorian. I feel like you're just saying that because you know an Anne Victorian. You're not really that impressed with it. If you're buying a home, you're not going with an Anne Victorian. If you are, you're behind the times. I mean, there's a clear distinction between the modern and the old. What I will say about the new modern homes compared to the old ones had a lot of character to them. The old homes, they weren't all alike. They were all a little bit different. They could look the same on the outside, and then every house had its own little intricacies within them. The new modern homes, they're cardboard cutouts. Like if you the mold, the interior of my condo, it's a newer build. If you go to the newer builds, newer homes, newer condos, they're cutting out the same thing. They're going for the same interior design. The creativity is gone, which is a problem amongst society. But what is a good thing about it? So we had. Well, okay. We gotta dissect this. I was at a synagogue. You say don't ask. That's the number one thing that I'm getting out of this is why. And the Queen Anne Victorian stood out to me. Is this something that did they say in the synagogue? Did they say this is a Queen Anne Victorian, or are you being able to diagnose that that's a Queen Anne Victorian? If you can tell the difference, good on you, mate. I think that's very impressive. I wouldn't be able to look at a home besides the modern homes, but even that, modern and contemporary, I couldn't really tell the difference. If you're able to know interiors, that's going to take you places. That's going to have, you're able to open up some conversations that you weren't able to have before. As you grow older, as you're stepping into homes of your friends, of their relatives, of a significant others, homes, or maybe their families' homes, if you're able to say, oh, is this a Queen Anne Victorian? That's gonna speak to them. That's gonna catch their eye. I have so many questions about how you operate. I took a screenshot from Google Maps of the building. Yeah, you weren't even I don't even know how you thought I was gonna be talking about homes, but like this was just a topic of the moment. I didn't think the homes would grab people or grab you that much, but here we are. In terms of this, trust me, the false prophet is now on Netflix. That's something I'm gonna watch. When they talk about cult leaders, they talk about their ability to manipulate. They talk about their ability to garner an audience and have them think that they're larger than life, because naturally in this world people want to follow people. People want to shut their brains off, have someone else think for them. They're watching the news. Everything in the news, you're thinking for me, and then then you just regurgitate. You never had a thought yourself, you just were given the thought. So that's really where the crux of the what's it called, of the cult is coming from. And there's people that study cult leaders to say this is how they manipulate people. This is how they get people to think the way they think and be on their side. There's people that are master manipulators, master persuaders. So it's something that is being studied more and more, because the cult phenomenon is very peculiar and it's very interesting. It grabs your attention. It's something that people always want to talk about, this cult. And you think to yourself, how could I ever be enticed to go into a cult? How can I ever be recruited to get into a cult? And what you might not notice, and what you might not know, is that you are living within a cult of your own. It could be a larger cult that a lot of people are a part of, but maybe everyone is being a part of a cult. Everyone is looking towards a certain leader in a weird and fascinating way. So before you go and bash the people that are part of cults, I need you to take an inner look at yourself and just say, am I a part of a cult? Who am I blindly following and blindly listening to? Because I like how they think, and I'm shutting my brain off. I would say, if you're listening to a podcast that has thoughts and ideas other than like sports and entertainment, then that's almost a form of a cult. It goes just like, what's the length of a cult? Like, how much are you following them to say this is a cult? I'm a member of a cult. So these are all questions that should and could be answered, but the answer might be hard to find. Unpopular opinion: major sports teams in the same city should. That's tough. Same city should. That's pretty good. This ain't a hobby. I'm a professional. And the same city should adopt the same color scheme because it's objectively way better than not. I don't know any other sports towns like Pittsburgh, but when you think black and yellow, you think Pittsburgh. I'm not mad about that. I kind of like that take. These are all great jerseys. Steelers jerseys, classic. Penguins jerseys, classic. Pirates jerseys, also classic. They're all got classic logos too. It's just that the color schemes run out after a little bit, right? Like, well, no, if you cut down on the amount of color schemes, because like usually every team within a city has different color schemes. If you cut that down and gave everyone a uniform color scheme within that city, but what do you do with New York though? Like the Islanders and the Rangers, they're both from New York, but you can't have the same color scheme. The Jets and the Giants, they can't have the same color scheme either. So there's some caveats and loopholes to that. I'm just marveling at Pittsburgh's way of life, because that is nice. And it's like, you can stay consistent with the black and yellow in the wardrobe. Like for me as a Boston sports fan, you got green, you got blue, you got red, you got black, you got yellow. So there's a lot to mix in. Washington, you know what? Yeah, the Capitals, the Wizards, but you know what? The Wizards and the Capitals, back when they had the black jerseys, the black and gold, those were even better than the jerseys that they have now. Capitals have some of the best jerseys in hockey. The versatility within them. You know what? We're We're gonna show those because it deserves to be shown. Capitals jerseys. So these ones are terrible. These one, like the current ones are horrible. That one, like these are incredible. That's an incredible jersey. These are the best ones with the eagle on it, the black. I mean, that is the best jersey. Even that's pretty sweet. These ones are great. This is the best one by far. This is what I was talking about. Even these blue ones are great. The new Capitals jerseys, they're shit. They're awful. Look at these white ones. Look at these white ones. Unreal. The gentrification of Jersey should be studied because everyone, like we were talking about homes, going back to homes. Homes, if you go inside of them now, you know what? I could be going back on my earlier take because you go inside homes now, they all look the same. No character. And then you go person to person, you're wondering where their character is. It's a lot of cardboard cutouts. You even see how the people look. I feel like people even look the same. People are starting to look more and more the same. There used to be a lot of diversity of look, not when it just came to skin tone and color, but when you looked at a white person's face from person to person, a black person's face person to person, there was difference between them. Now it's almost like a Cindy Lou Who effect of sorts. It's almost like Whoville where everyone just looks the same. It's very strange. And same thing with the jerseys as well. Everyone just going with classic, generic, modern jerseys when the throwback jerseys had all the allure and they were just quite frankly way better. We need to go back to those throwbacks. Let's have some integrity. Let's have some creativity. Let's have some individuality. That's what I'm talking about. All right, let's go back. All right, Blue Jays. The Blue Jays are selling 77-cent hot dogs in honor of their inaugural 1977 season. So I read this at first and did not catch this, but if you're talking about their inaugural season, 1977, wouldn't this be the 49th year? Wouldn't this be the 49th year? And next year, 2027, is the 50th? Was there a slight miscalculation there? I think you fucked up, Blue Jays. I think you fucked up, Toronto. But either way, they're selling hot dogs. They're selling hot dogs, okay. They have sold 100,204 hot dogs through the 7th inning tonight. That was yesterday. For me, with this dog, I don't like how they like the plop 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 of the mustard, the plop plop plop. Like it needs to be a string, or even better, the squiggles back and forth. Don't give me with the plop plop plop. That's bullshit. Sauerkraut, I don't even know if I've ever had sauerkraut. I have a feeling I would like it. Grilled onions on the dog. That is not something that I would be going for. I like raw onions on the dog. Don't put them on the side. Put them underneath. Put them as the bed. You get a fantastic and magical crunch with every bite. And then, if you're looking at the coloring of the dog is very important. A lot of these, I'm seeing maybe some potential grill marks, but this darker colored dog, that's something that you want to chow down on. That's something that looks appetizing. Some things are hitting there, some things are not. 77-cent hot dogs, though, I'd probably put down 3. I'd probably put down 3 and have no shame. If you are a real tea timer, if you are a true tea timer, you remember the days where we were just streaming directly from the PS5 and I was playing a Madden online game against what seemed to be like a dream team of sorts. They had Warren Moon at quarterback. They had Plaxico Burress at receiver. They had Marshall Faulk at running back. And the challenge was I had to eat a hot dog for every touchdown that they scored. He scored 8 touchdowns. I ate 8 hot dogs. I ate a full package of hot dogs, and I had to take a walk around the neighborhood after because I felt so particularly awful. I ate 8 hot dogs in 1 hour and felt awful. Kobayashi and, I can't believe I mentioned him before, Joey Chestnut. These guys are eating 75 to 80 dogs in 10 minutes. in 10 minutes. And that guy, the rumor has it, that guy proceeds to go out and drink after that. He's not in a coma the rest of the day as normal people would. It's an incredible feat. It's something of athleticism, honestly, that he's that good. Remember when he choked out the PETA guy when they were doing the hot dog? They were taking a boycott or taking a stand at the Nathan's hot dog eating contest. Joey Chestnut put him in the figure 4 sleeper, and he still won. That's something of an American hero right there. But something that you would not know, if you eat that many hot dogs, a bit of TMI, but it's worth being said. Your pee smells like hot dogs, and in fact smells like hot dogs. All right, we are moving on. Make your own cocktail recipes. The world's most famous cocktails. I'll keep it shortened, just so everyone can see. What I usually like to do is this is something that is a pastime of sorts for me. You go row by row and you pick your favorite, or I could even rank them for you. Margarita is 1-1 for me. Margarita is a drink that you can have with almost, except maybe Italian food, but margarita is very refreshing, pretty much goes with anything. Something that people might not know, a skinny margarita. Let's talk about skinny margaritas, because when you hear a skinny margarita, you think it's like specially made, like it's low-cal vodka or low-cal tequila, low-cal ingredients in there. That's not what it is. It's just simple. What it is, it's tequila, it's Cointreau, which is a liqueur, and it's lime juice. Those 3 things. When I make margaritas at home, that's all I have in mind. But I have to succumb and look like an asshole in public when I order a skinny margarita. Hi, can I have a skinny margarita? Everyone's like, what's up with this douchebag? Automatic douchebag label being put on you. Like, why do you have to make it skinny? It's just cutting. Usually margaritas have one more ingredient in there, one more juice content. I don't want that juice content. I just need the sweetness from the lime and then the alcohol, and I'm good to go. I'm a happy camper. I just want it. It should be. How about this? This could be good. This could be a good rebrand for the skinny margarita. We go with a simple margarita. It's still with an S. It's a simple margarita. It's not a skinny margarita. But the thing is, I think a lot of women take pride in ordering a skinny margarita. Everyone else ordering regular margarita. I'll have the skinny margarita. But at the same time, she's the one downing 4 tacos. She goes, I only had skinny margaritas last night. Meanwhile, you were face down in the chips and queso. You were the one that was going for refills at Chili's, just downing them one after another. But I had the skinny margarita. What do we think out of these is acceptable drink as a man to try to wheel a lady? Like, if you're trying to... So, this is the purpose of this show. When it comes to Tea Time Timeline, Mills is asking the correct questions. I love the question that he's coming in here with, because this is something that we can all learn from. So, let's rule out a couple things already, because, like, we're trying to impress... You're not gonna impress with the mojito. That ain't gonna happen. A daiquiri ain't gonna impress either. A pina colada and a Tom Collins, those are out. An espresso martini is fine, it's not going to impress. A Moscow Mule is fine, it's not going to impress. A whiskey sour, get that out of there too. Oh, okay, so we're gonna go, so it's between Manhattan, Old Fashioned, Martini, Negroni. So the thing about, like, a Manhattan, a Negroni, I'm going to rule out Manhattan as well. No, bring it back. It's Manhattan, Negroni, Martini, Old Fashioned. These are drinks that I think could be impressive. These are drinks that I think could impress someone. I think if you're ordering a martini... that is showing that if you are a masculine man that's not afraid to do feminine things, which makes you more masculine. If you're able to order martini and enjoy it, if you're not like this, like if you're not choking it down, if you actually enjoy a martini, that can really bring you places, because maybe she's ordering a martini as well, and then you both go martini for martini. I think if you're trying to impress someone just from the drink order, you got to go with martini, but you can't be a rookie about it. If you are ordering a martini and you don't usually get martinis, don't do it because you're going to get exposed quickly. You're not going to grab the drink glass correctly. You're going to take too big of a sip and have it spill all over you. You're going to be spilling it because they fill those things to the brimmy brim, and you got to have a lot of balance. So if you aren't experienced in the martini game, don't go for it. I think Manhattan is a very educated, a very polished drink to order. Manhattan, that is. Negroni is also something that's off the beaten path. That's also a polished and gentleman drink. So I'm fine with that one too. I'm going martini if you got the game for it. My favorites of the bunch are margarita, old fashioned, espresso martini. I mean, there's a time and a place, but if you are on vacation and you can get a pina colada, you gotta do it. Riley, there will be. I mean, it all depends on what my timeline is. If something interesting hockey related comes up, I'll throw it on here. We were talking about the Capitals jerseys earlier, so there was some hockey talk going on. I was told by a woman I couldn't order my go-to vodka soda, but a dirty was acceptable. So what I gotta ask you in turn, Mills, is when she wasn't allowing for the vodka soda, did you ask? Would it be weird if I got a vodka soda? I also think that's a terrible order. Like a vodka soda, that is a low tier drink. That and the Bud Light are right next to each other. Those are both shit. Upgrade the Bud Light to a Corona, to a Peroni, to a Modelo. Don't go with the Bud Light. When it comes to the vodka soda, give me a She said it was feminine. See that, like, she just wants to stir the pot. She just wants to stir the pot. I don't agree that it's feminine. I think it's just a shit drink. But like when you're at a bar, that's a different story. I'm not if you're out to dinner and you order a vodka soda, that's pure shit out of you. Like I don't even want to be at the same table as you anymore. But if you're out at a bar and you get a vodka soda, I'm totally fine with it. What I would ask of you, what I want you to try to dabble in is go with the tequila soda. Go with the tequila soda for a night. See how you feel. See how you feel. At first you're gonna take a sip and go, oh, and then you're gonna come around to it. It's a better type of buzz that you get. You don't feel as bad the next day. I'm a big proponent of tequila. I used to be the vodka soda guy. Then I upgraded. I called up Beyonce and she goes, "Let me upgrade you with the tequila." Yes, sir. All right. Football Crave coming with. This is why they got the community notes. This is not a real photo. So is this community note even real? Because there's a typo. This photo is a product of AI editing. Steph Diggs was spotted with Taylor Frankie Paul this morning in Provo. Let's pretend it's real just for argument's sake. Taylor Frankie Paul is the woman that was supposed to be on The Bachelorette this season, and it got canceled because she threw a chair at her boyfriend, and it was caught on camera. I don't think she was that big of a threat if he's holding his phone, being like, "Oh no, she's throwing a chair at me. She's throwing a chair at me. She's crazy. I'm in danger." Yeah, we don't buy that. Also, I don't condone throwing chairs at your partner. I don't condone throwing chairs at your partner in front of your children. But when it comes to viewership, when it comes to shit TV that everyone likes to watch, this might have been the most watched season of The Bachelorette if you let her go. I think they made a big mistake canning that whole season. Also, if she was spotted with, like, this would be the oddest couple. If she was spotted with Steph Diggs out somewhere, that just screams to me this woman is a freak. She is the freakiest of freaks, because if you go from Cardi B, that's got an ass that you could park 10 Tahoes on, to this little lady, then she's got to be coming with something spectacular that you've never seen before. And Steph Diggs, I think if he's not actually with this woman, I think this photo of him is real. Let's take a look at the shoes here. Those are the worst shoes of all time. Like, what happened to simplicity? These are friggin' brutal. These shoes are brutal. No matter how much money you have, no matter how cool you are, no matter if you dated Cardi B, You should not be wearing these shoes. All right. Expand the fuck out of Master's lunch at the house. So those are the pork barbecue sliders. If you are a tea timer, then you have seen me post tea time. You've seen me post on tea time what I would order at the Masters if I went there with $40. Someone commented who would go to the Masters with $40. I'd probably go to the Masters with $200. Like, I want some merch, I want some food. I'm gonna be there for 4, 5, 6 hours at a time. Like, people are thinking they're only gonna spend $20 at the Masters. That's insane. These pork barbecue sliders look phenomenal. Maybe a little bit dry, but they look good. That it wasn't on my list of things that I would get, but it was up there. But it made me feel that much better about my choice right here. So I did not go with the famous pimento cheese and egg salad because look at these things. Look at these things. That sandwich is 70% bread. That sandwich is 70% bread. Far too much bread. You have that much bread, you damn near choke on the thing. For me, when it comes to bread to inside sandwich ratio, it's got to be 60-40 or even 70-30 in favor of the meat inside, in favor of the good contents, not in favor of the bread. That sandwich is just far too bready. So I felt fine. Egg salad. Who the fuck's going to have egg salad? That's just been sitting there. That's insane. Pimento cheese, that's the thing at the Masters. You want to maybe just try a bite, but that sandwich is not going to satisfy you. The pork barbecue sliders, they look good. They look good. I'm kind of upset I didn't go in on those. This is an absolute T-ball for Tony. Bang! This is if you know Tea Time, if you know Tony Murr, what you know is that the way that protein has been advertised to us folks is a downright travesty. It's a downright crime what they're doing with protein, because they slap protein on anything, and that means that automatically people think it's good. I'll repeat myself. I don't mind repeating myself on this. If you're eating if you're eating a chip that tastes like Doritos and you think it's healthy for you because it has protein in it, you're eating Doritos. If you're eating a protein bar that tastes like milk and cookies, wow, this one tastes like a Reese's bar. This one tastes like a Snickerdoodle. Newsflash, the protein doesn't make up for the shit that makes it up. And like the contents of it. And then when you start advertising to me that this is a protein ranch dressing, first of all, let me get the less problematic thing out of the way. 3 grams of protein, that ain't nothing. That ain't satisfying nothing. They say that you need to get as many grams of protein in your diet in a day than the amount of pounds that you weigh. If you're a 180-pound man, you need 180 ounces of protein. How much fucking protein ranch do you gotta have to satisfy your daily protein needs? Second of all, if you are the asshole that's trying to get your protein from ranch, if you're getting ranch dressing and thinking that it's healthy for you, you're an idiot. You are lying to yourself. You're lying to yourself day in and day out. You know, as you're guzzling down the protein ranch, yeah, you could scoop it in with celery. You could scoop it in with the cucumber. You can scoop it in with the carrot. I don't give a fuck how you do it. That is not going to be good for you, and there's no way that you're eating it thinking it is, okay? Okay? Let's get a clue in our head about the friggin' protein. The fact that this brand, Marzetti, is projecting itself as protein ranch. We don't need to get our protein from ranch. Ooh, that's frustrating. Ooh. All right, goalie gear nerd. Given that today, protein, what do you got to say? Given that today is apparently National Beer Day, that was April 7th, was that yesterday? Actually, let's call my good friend Mike to let him know about National Beer Day. I want to make sure that he had a beer. I don't know why I don't have great connection in here. Let me call my guy Mike. That's what they're doing. They're eating protein ranch and they're calling it protein maxing. They don't even know the definition of maxing. Let's call Mikey O'Brien though. Gotta get a pulse on him on this one. There we go. Ring a ding ding.
Hello?
Mikey!
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, you're live to tape right now. I wanted to see if you knew that yesterday was National Beer Day.
No, I didn't.
Oh, that's a big miss. That's a big miss.
Crap.
That's a crap. I mean, how do you know? That should be on your Google Calendar. That should be like when you wake up in the morning. You from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. National Beer Day.
Beer.
All that I ask is that you treat.
Every hour?
Oh yeah. All that I ask is that you treat one of these next days as National Beer Day to make up for it.
I'm treating this one as Burrito Day. Buy one, get one free at Anna's, but it had to be a regular, so I got 2 of them. I thought I was saving one. I don't know about that, though.
Yeah, buy one, get one free. That's an interesting promo because not a lot of people are putting down 2 burritos in one sitting.
Right.
But
I might, though.
well, they weren't supers, right?
I did the regular.
Yeah, so I mean, when it comes down to the regular one, if you're real hungry, you could put down 2. Are you in the middle? Are you in the middle of one right now?
Yep.
So the thing is too, if you started eating that thing 50 minutes earlier, it would be a no doubter 2 burrito night.
Just based on the time, you think?
Yeah, because it's like you be not hungry for an hour, and then about 9:30 comes around, and you want something before bed.
I don't think that'll be an issue.
All right, last question. What did you get for the meat in the burrito? What was looking good tonight?
There's one chicken on both. One of them was like a spice. They have it like a chicken ranchero one. I did one of those, one of the regular.
Yeah.
I saved the regular.
Okay? How's the chicken? Is it spicy enough?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
A collection of hot sauces now too. It's not just the normal hot sauce.
Matty McCarthy says he owes the stream a beer drink.
He does for the deck.
He's talking about you.
Oh shit.
Dude, you just I think a beer makes up for it. I mean, sorry, a burrito.
2 burritos does.
Yeah, exactly. All right, man. I can't interrupt your dinner any longer. You enjoy.
Sorry, I could never stop.
Yeah, I can tell. Every word you said had food in your mouth. All right, man. Have a good night.
See you later.
Bye. All right, that's our pal Mikey O'Brien. He's burrito maxing. All right, given that yesterday was National Beer Day, that kind of caught my eye. Here's the perfect set of Beer League goalie pads. I mean, goalie pads are probably $1,000. If you're going this all out for Beer League goalie pads, you better be playing for at least 10 seasons. But these are very, very cool. I'm a fan of these. I used to drink the Coors Banquet just for the can. It's a good can. DraftKings, the Utah Mammoth unveiled their Mammoth Zamboni. So naturally, we had to see what the other teams would look like. Yeah, I mean, that one's sweet. That one's pretty sweet with the Gritty on there. That one's awesome. I really like the Shark one. The Duck one is the best out of these 3 so far. This is the coolest one. Shout out the Anaheim Ducks. And this is by far the worst one. Just the fact that it's a Canadian tuxedo for the Canadians, that's brutal. I don't like that. No creativity there, really. I'm not a fan. Today in history, construction of medieval castles still blows my mind. For example, here's Bamberg's Castle in England from the 11th century. Let's take a real good look at this thing. Yeah, let's start this from the top. So first of all, you gotta appreciate the fact that it's built on the side of a hill. 11th century. So we're in the 20th century now. That's 1,100. That's insane that they were able to do this. Let's continue watching. The fact that it's still upright too. The fact that this is still standing true. How big is this motherfucker? And this is, I mean, we're talking a lot about architecture and building. Like, no one has the gall. No one has the creativity. No one has the balls. No one has the motivation to build something like this anymore. And they didn't have any automation in the 11th century. All they had was their friggin' hands and feet and an idea. And they made this castle happen. No way this has happened today. This would take 20 years to build today. Look at this. Look at that lawn. That should be a golf hole. This should be a par 3 right here. Is it a par 3? Is that a green? This is spectacular. This is really something special. God damn, I'm a fan. Who's the groundskeeper here? They're doing a hell of a job. That's craziness. Sometimes you want, like, sometimes you wonder, did the people back in the day know something that we didn't? Because, like, I don't think we'd be able to recreate this. Oh, so the Utah Mammoth, it's concessionaire Levy Restaurants. What is Levy Restaurants? We're a family of restaurateurs delivering dining at its best wherever we are. Restaurants, arenas, stadiums. Oh, that's fun. Okay, so it's not just restaurants. They go to stadiums. But we're going Tusk mugs, $26. You get a regular beer and a regular cup at a Bruins game for $26. So sign me up. I need this mug. The Utah Mammoth, they're doing something right. This thing is sweet. I want to cut a hole on this end of it and blow and go. It's like the Vuvuzela. My hands still smell like tacos. That's something special. Gosh, I like that a lot. Yeah, Utah, very nice. Cooking with Chris. Sometimes, like, some things are for the show, some things are for myself, but I'm willing to share. Amazing marinade for chicken or pork. Dijon mustard, a dollop of Dijon goes a long way. Like, just a little bit of Dijon, that's a ton of flavor right there. You mix that shit with honey, you're smacking right there. That's some homemade honey mustard. Dash of soy sauce, olive oil, garlic, fresh thyme, salt, and pepper. So the thing is with the ingredients or with the recipes that you find online is that a lot of times, like, oh, it's simple and easy. You just have to have cardamom. Like, who the fuck has cardamom as in their spice rack? I got salt, I got pepper, I got red crushed pepper, I got garlic powder, I got onion powder, I got cinnamon. I got some ginger as well. That's really, and I got some nutmeg. But, like, that's the thing. That, like, this is super simple and easy to make, and it has 20 different ingredients that you would never get. And then by the time that you're done making it, you get all the ingredients at the grocery store. You spent double the amount. Like, just these ingredients, you get enough spices at the grocery store, that bill's gonna start adding up. But when you think about this marinade, it sounds great. Also, I don't know if anyone else has had this experience, and let me know if there's a trick of the trade, if there's something different that I should be doing. But when it comes to marinating chicken, I've marinated chicken for at least, you can't do it for too much because then the chicken goes bad. Like, you can't marinate for, I think, like, more than 3 days. It might be even just 1 day. But I would have, like, a good marinade, like a solid marinade that you would taste, and it still doesn't permeate through the chicken. Like, I'll be done cooking the chicken and it still doesn't taste like anything. Does anyone have any tricks for marinating their chicken? Oh, yeah, this needs to be talked about. Palace, Nike Air Max. Yeah, I want this. That is so cool. That is so cool. Any of these jackets are unreal. This white one. All right, little story time. So I actually have a windbreaker, a Nike windbreaker that is very similar to this. And I went to a Nike outlet and I walk in there and this is the first thing I see. I gravitate towards it. I'm not even looking around. I go beeline right for it. And I'm a very impulsive buyer. I see something I like, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it right there. It's not oftentimes I come across that thing, but when I do, need to have it. So I'm looking at this. I'm looking at the size. It's got my size. It looks good. Good material. And I pick my head up because I'm in a trance at the moment. I pick my head up. I'm in the women's section. I'm in the women's section of Nike. I'm not in the men's section. But I still grabbed this coat because I'm like, I've been looking at it for the past 5 minutes. I didn't think it was a woman's coat. Let me just walk around with it, see if it's different. Like, let me take it to the men's section, see if I can pawn it off as something that's in the men's section. Let me see if I can make myself believe that this is a men's coat. So I'm walking around with it. I'm trying it on. I'm in the mirror. And then this couple next to me, they go, "Where'd you get that coat? That thing looks great on you." And I was like, believe it or not, it's in the women's section. It's a woman's coat, and they were like, "I would just buy it anyways. It looks great." Meanwhile, like this guy's like wife or girlfriend was saying this to me, so it was like he would ultimate cuck job right there. I wasn't complaining. That was enough to send me through the finish line and say, "Yes, I'm getting this coat. Yes, I'm gonna purchase it." It's been a good purchase. I have not worn it. I tell the story every time I wear it that this is a woman's coat. People have yet to notice on their own. And then this looks like a tennis shirt. These all look like tennis shirts. I don't know which one I would want of these. The light blue's a little too much. I already have a white one. Maybe I go with the black. That is very cool. Trader Joe's viral sandwich with the twist. It's always got to be with the twist, bitch. Alright, so let's break it down little by little. Let's just look at this cross-section. Oh, that's a juicy-ass cross-section. I'm loving the bread choice, the ciabatta. That's going to go places. That's going to take you where you need to be. I don't know what this cold cut is. I love the arugula play. We got some cheese, and I'm not sure. Maybe some sun-dried peppers. Let's break it down. Basil pesto sauce. So far, so good. I'm into that. I'll take that to the bruschetta. Okay. Oh no, it's bruschetta. Bruschetta. I'm fine with this too. Yeah, spread that thing out. Can't go with the assembly line. Yeah, sun-dried tomatoes. I was on to something. Sun-dried. Oh, that's a good mix. That is a good mix of Italian cold cuts right there. I would have thrown a little bit more cold cuts on there. We got burrata. That's a burrata cheese right there if I've ever seen it. God damn, I'd go for that. Woof. Good sandwich there, my lady. I mean, let's disregard the caption for a second. No, we can't disregard it. We have to address it rather. The right hammer will change your life. Is that opposed to the left hammer? Like if you've been going with the left hammer your whole life, you've been hammering with your left hand. You're like, I can never hit the spot that I need to. I'm always missing the spot. Then you put the hammer in the right hand, and then you start going to town. You hit the right spot every time. Are they talking about left and right directional when they're talking about the hammer, or are they talking about an incorrect versus a correct hammer? A piece of dealt, another way to say it, where you get the wrong hammer, you think you don't need any hammer in your life, you get the right hammer, it feels like how I've been missing this how I've been living without this hammer my life. Pardon my French, pardon the vulgarness, needs to be said. It ain't a kid's show, it's late at night, put your kids to bed. School's tomorrow, okay? Fans are shocked after Young Ma gives up being a stud. This is a woman that when I heard her hit song, the song that put her on the map, ooh, this hater's on my body, shake 'em off. Oh. Let's sing some of that. Let's do some of that. Ooh, lyrics. Oh, I almost spelled it right too. It's oh no, I think I did. 3 O's, 3 U's. Yeah, they hate, but they broke though. And when it's time to pop, they a no-show. Yeah, I'm pretty, but I'm loco. The loud got me moving slow-mo. Ayo, Tweety, where the hoes, bro? Ayo, Keys, where those, though? That other player, he a bozo. It's my, don't you know, ho? We got liquor by the boatload. That Henny. Disrespect the life, that's a no-no. All my guys dressed in that rojo. Ride for my guys, that's a bro code. Baby give me head, that's a low blow. Then she make me weak when she deep throat. I need a rich bitch, not a cheap hoe. They hate on that shit, I peep though. My brother told him, fuck him, get that money, sis. You just keep grinding on your hungry shit. Ignore the hate, ignore the fake, ignore the funny shit. Cause if a player violate, we got 100 clips. And we got 0 to 100 correct. We just them players you ain't fucking with. Pockets on the chubby chick. Still gotta go bag a thotty on some bummy shit. You're Eli where they tested me. Like, I don't keep the hammer next to... speak about the hammer. There's the right hammer. It was in the song all along. But alright, here's the song. This is the part that I've been wanting to get to. Ooh. Ooh. These haters on my body, shake them off. Ooh. Ooh. There's haters on my body, shake them off. Oh, that's fun. That's fun. But so, going back to what I was originally saying, this is a song where when I first heard it, I thought it was a guy. Like, there was no way this is a girl. She's talking about getting head and stuff. Like, there's no way that this is a girl. It turns out it was a stud, which is a different type of girl. But then you got her in the, like, I would never think I'd see Young Ma in a dress, in a ponytail. Like, to me, this isn't the same person. I need more evidence. 20 likes is almost enough evidence for me, but is this AI? There's no community notes. I need a couple more pictures to confirm this. Let me look, actually. Young Ma new look. Yeah, that ain't giving us much. That is not giving us much. Okay, moving on. I wonder how much drinking goes on at the Masters Champion dinner. Great question by David Andrews right here. Let me focus that. Great question by David Andrews right here, former New England Patriot center. And I had some thoughts on this because I would say that, like, in terms of a percentage, in terms of, let's say that there is 50 Masters champions. Actually, I'm starting to walk this back, but the root of my story, what I'm trying to get to is, I bet at the champions dinners in years past, like 10 years ago plus, 15 years ago plus, maybe even 20 years ago plus, everyone's drinking. Now it's the age of health and wellness. Now there's a lot of people that just don't drink entirely. I think what you probably find at the Masters Champions dinner now is that the older guys that know they have no shot to win, but they have a lifetime at the Masters, they're going to enjoy the Masters dinner for all it's worth. They're going to be drinking. They're going to be having a good time. Some guys, like, I don't think, like, the new age guys that have won within the last 10 years, they're drinking there. They're probably thinking about winning another Masters. Like, Rory, he might have, like, one glass of wine. He seems like someone who might divulge a little bit, but not fully. Is he a hardo? I don't know. Like, sometimes I feel like I like him. Sometimes I feel like I don't. I'm not too sure about, I feel like, as with many things, the Masters Champions dinner used to be a lot more fun. No cameras. No one really knew about it. They just knew that it was something for them to enjoy as a select group of men that have won the Masters Championship. Would be nice to know. All right. This is something. Mashed strawberries, cold milk. This is when they talk about simple recipes. First of all, where do you get a plate like this? Never seen a plate like this before, but you could tell the job that it does, and it does it so well on his Libra scale. Shout out Lil Wayne. But come on, look how it mashes up this strawberry so perfectly. It's taking care of that very easily. Now you got a strawberry jam, a strawberry puree, a strawberry compote of sorts. You mix that with some ice cold milk, a little strawberries and cream, and then you throw the whipped cream on top. That's going places. That's taking you somewhere that you've never been before. Nice and simple. The thing is, it's easy to get milk. It's easy to get strawberries. What you're missing from this equation is this plate. The percentage of homes that have this plate has got to be small. In America, it's got to be less than 3% of homes that have a plate like this. And I'm not sure you're really getting this type of, like, this is the only way to properly eat or drink this beverage, in my opinion. There's no way else to have it. Like, you can't blend up the strawberry. You gotta mash it. You gotta puree the thing on this cool plate. That's what makes it. That's what takes it over the top. And talking about Zambonis, that was inspired by the Utah Mammoth. Garlic. Oh, are you mincing garlic like that? You got that in your home, Mac? Mac, I think I need to be invited over. I think can we set up a date for this where I'm bringing strawberries, I'm bringing milk. You got the garlic plate. We make that strawberry and cream. We make that strawberry and cream drink, and we watch a movie and have a real spectacular night. You and I. No homo, even though that was leading to some homo stuff. Spectacular night, strawberries and cream drink. Yes, sounding a little of the homo variety, but that's not what I'm meaning. That's not what I'm meaning. Look at this thing. Look at this thing. The thing is, like, the logistics of this Zamboni don't make sense to me, because the tusk being out in front looks like could be like 6 feet long. Like, you're going up against the boards, and then you're making that turn. I'm just thinking about the path of a Zamboni. You're making that turn. You're turning the Zamboni before you hit the boards. I think you can still get this done, which makes me think that something like this, like, are we improperly building Zambonis? Why are they square? Are they just easier to store because they're square? One of the best history. Oh yeah, we already seen this one. 37 years ago, James Brown was lit. James Brown, lit. Hold on, let me take a little break here. All right, we're back. 37 years. So we're on to April 4th. It's April 8th. We're going to go back to April 1. That is the week recap, or to 2 hours, whatever comes first. So let's listen to this James Brown interview 37 years ago.
Nothing wrong at all. You're not in any difficulty, but you're $1,000 bond. He joins us from Atlanta to discuss the charges, and we welcome you, James Brown.
Look at the hair on this guy.
Living in America.
Oh, nice. This is April 4th.
Nothing wrong at all. You're not in any difficulty, but you're out on bond.
No, I'm not.
Have all the charges been dropped?
Yeah, I'm out on love.
Nice move.
Are you out on love or out of love? Which is it?
Out on love. Alone from night to night, you find me.
Now, James, this isn't the first time you and your wife have had a problem. Are the two of you going to be able to work this out?
Let's talk about some music.
You want to talk about music, and you don't want to talk about what happened?
No, it's all over.
Well, let's talk about your tour. When are you leaving?
We're leaving tomorrow.
And where are you going?
Rio de Janeiro and Sao Paulo. Brazil.
Now, your fans will have read all about this, James. Aren't you concerned about that?
No, Dankeschön. I'm concerned because there's nothing wrong.
And what are you going to say to your fans when they ask you some questions about it?
I'm going to say I feel good. Papa's got a brand new bag. It's a man's world.
Well, that's the second time we've heard that in 2 days. That's very interesting. Now, don't leave us, James. You stay right there.
I'm not
We have
gonna leave.
more
I
that
wanna
we
do
have to
something.
talk about. Well, tell
This
us
is awesome. Like, this type of interview, you can only give this type of interview if you're a musician because you got no one to answer to but yourself. If you put out hits, if you put out great music, no one gives a shit. Everyone pretends to give a shit. Oh, like, Kanye's doing this guy's doing that, he's saying something inappropriate, and then they come back with great music. Great music is the answer to all. And so whatever I don't even know what he's being accused of, but he just wants to talk music. And if he just goes out and puts new music out, everyone forgets all the bad shit that he did.
What about what you're going to be doing on this tour?
What'd you say?
What are you going to be doing on this tour?
I'm going to be doing Papa's got a brand new bag, living in America. Sex machine, get up off of that thing.
Get up off that thing and make it better. Get up off. And that's a great song. Living in America, great song. Now I know where he's coming from. Why are you talking about what me and my wife did when I made all these great songs?
I feel good. Jam.
Now, I understand that you have already... James, I have to ask you one serious question here. I understand you already have started divorce proceedings. Does that mean that you're now eligible?
No, yes, I'm singing. I want to mingle.
There you go. I thought that was a newer saying, single and ready to mingle. That goes back to 1988. Good to know.
You want to mingle.
Yeah.
Now, the women love you when you get out there. Why do you think that is?
What'd you say?
The women love you when you get out there.
Why is that, ladies?
Well, I'm asking you.
Huh? Because I
Why do you
look
think
good.
that is? You
I
look
smell
good.
good. I
Yes.
feel good.
And you sing good.
And make love good.
Oh.
There you go, James.
Well, there we are.
That's a
We can't
great
take anybody
interview.
else.
I'm a fan of this guy. I want to start listening to some James Brown. Papa's got a brand new bag. That's why he kept saying it. I feel good. Da-na-na-na-na-na. I knew that I would. Da-na-na-na-na-na. It's a man's world. Coast Sweat, say it loud. I'm black and proud. Give it up or turn it in, something like that. I gotta start listening to some James Brown. That's a lot of fun. I mean, that was a 1988 interview, and he had these songs coming out in the 1960s. This guy was hot for 20 years plus, going on tour in Brazil. I mean, if James Brown was still alive, is he still alive? Wow. The coach is coaching. He never stops coaching. Where's this guy been? From the clouds. Oh, good on you, mate. Good on you. Hey, what Tea Time has been missing. What Tea Time has been missing is a little coach action. We need the coach back. What we have the coach on for? I mean, we got a lot of good stuff coming on. We got a lot of good stuff on. Hey, we got the Masters this weekend. We got golf coming up. We could do golf. We could do Bruins playoffs. We can do Celtics playoffs. We can do Red Sox. This is the golden era. This is the golden hour, the golden months of sports. And what Tea Time has not had a guest in a while, and they're begging for the coach. The thing is, I don't coach him up, coach him down, coach him left, coach him right. But what the coach and Tea Time Tony Murr need is another live show. A live show. That's where we perform. That's where really the coaching starts to go. Oh, wow. That's big time. All right, highest quality. See, now, this is. I hate liars. I hate things that I want to believe are true but are not. The highest quality video of the moon was just released, and then we got some news about it. The featured video is low resolution, vertical format. and is recycled CGI visualization circulating online. Not an official NASA Artemis release. Artemis 2 uses 4K laser communications for higher quality transmissions. I mean, for our view and pleasure, let's still look at this thing. Where those craters come from. A lot of conspiracy theories about the moon. None that I know enough to repeat, but a lot of conspiracy theories. This is perfect music to go along with it. Really nicely done. Really nicely done. Okay, let's move it on. $10 at the Masters. Build your order. All right. This is so, like, I understand the sentiment behind this because, like, you want to lower the amount of money that you can spend so that you want to lower the amount of money that you can spend so that people are giving not like, I want this, this, and this. So you can't get a little bit of everything. But if you are a person who likes to have an adult beverage and you are of adult beverage age, there's no way $10 gets you anywhere. There's no way $10 gets you anywhere. There's no way you're spending less than 4 hours at the Masters. You're telling me I can only have one beer? I think that's horrible. I think it's horrible that you're putting these restrictions on me. God, so I mean, it's tough to say now. I was wondering when that question was gonna come up, Mills. Man. Vrabels is my guy. Vrabel is my guy. Like, I hate to say anything bad about him, and he is like the number one integrity guy. I wanna say no. I wanna say no. He seems like the number one integrity guy. And honestly, Diana Russini, she has been accused of doing something like this one other time in her career, and it was completely false. This was about 10, 11 years ago. This is a career ruiner. Like, if you are seen doing this with coaches, this is a career ruiner. I don't think she would ruin her career over this, but some people do ruin their careers just for a nut. It's sad to say, but you seen the guy at the Coldplay concert. People do crazy shit when they're horny, and this could be some of the crazy shit. I want to say no, just because of how I feel about Vrabel, but the most damning picture out of them all, it's not them in the hot tub, it's not them in the pool, it's them interlocking their fingers. You don't just do that with friends. You don't interlock fingers and you look at each other longingly. That is the most damning photo of them all. That you don't interlock fingers with a woman that you're just friends with. That doesn't happen. An interlocking of fingers, you might as well be naked. You might as well be doing the cha-cha between the sheets. You know what I mean? Like that. That's almost like a porno, watching them interlock their fingers together. So I don't want it to be true, and I just want to say it's not true for now. I feel like more information will come up. Oh, look at this. Trending Russini. It begs the question. This is why it's the weekly news recap. We got to cover these topics. Vrabel, I got you. You're my guy. I'm going to say you didn't do it, but don't go interlocking fingers in public, man. That's going to get you in trouble. Yeah, that's horny, man. That's not only horny, that's like saying, like, man, I haven't had some intimacy in a while. Like, I'm craving a human connection. That's when you start interlocking. So $10 to spend at the Masters, that's blasphemy. I'm getting a beer and I'm getting a chicken salad. Actually, you know what? Fuck that. Because if I can't, like, getting one beer is worse than getting zero. Like, I'm just gonna be like hungover, having to pee. I'd rather get 0 beers. I'm going chicken salad. I'm gonna go with the Georgia Peace ice cream sandwich. That's $6. I'm gonna go with the Georgia pecan caramel corn. I'm gonna go with a water. That's what I'm going with. I'm spending $10 at the Masters. That Georgia peach ice cream sandwich sounds like the best thing that they got there. Better than the pimento cheese, better than the pork barbecue, better than anything else. You gotta go with this. We're going this. The Georgia pecan caramel popcorn, just because you want something to snack on. Like, you don't want to just be done really quickly. You want to be able to go in on it for a little bit. The thing is with the iced tea though, man, and you hardly, like, an iced tea is different than a sweet tea. And when you're leaving it up to my own volition to do the sweetening myself, that's where it gets off track. That's where I could go overboard and really fuck everything up. Like, you're asking me to put sugar in my own iced tea. Like, I don't want it unsweetened, and I don't want to do the sweetening myself. So for that reason, I'm out. All right, now, I mean, this is something that you got to talk about too. $20 at the Masters. I need to exit out of this. $20 at the Masters. Now that we got 20, now we can play a little bit. I'm gonna get 2 crow's nests. That's $12. Then I'm gonna get. I'm going with the peach ice cream sandwich. That's $15. I'm going with the chicken salad. That's $18. And then I'm going with peanuts. That's $1.75. Got a quarter to spare. I throw that quarter out on the 14th fairway, and someone's going to come across it and think it's very lucky or very unlucky. I don't know if you're on Instagram, the targeted ads on Instagram do a great job. They really hit the nail on the head. Anything that you have been thinking that you want, anything that has crossed your mind, come out of your mouth that you think you want, it's out there. And once you click on it once, it knows that it's got you hooked. And for me, I cannot stop clicking on Malbin gear. I think they got the coolest shit going. I think they got the coolest golf apparel. Some of it is a little overboard. Other times, not so much. So let's take a look at this. I'm a big this coat. I love a coat. First of all, their logo of just their name in cursive and very plain and simple cursive, I love. I love this raincoat. I love the raincoat that's like a half zip, and then the zip goes way up the neck. This is a cool raincoat. When you couple it with the pants, you're doing too much. You are a huge asshole. You either are you're one of these two guys, and both guys suck. You are a bad golfer who is just out there getting wrecked, and I mean, and you're loosely getting wrecked. Like, you're not doing it in a straight linear form. You're like 3 holes behind. Where like, what's taking so long? And we can see your douchey self three fairways back in this outfit. Good call. He absolutely would. He's waiting for the call from Malbin. Or the second type of golfer this is you're exceptionally good and you're dressing like a douchebag, which also is a shitty type of golfer I don't want to be going with. Let's just say that the pants, you can't do both, and I would even say the pants are too much. The coat itself, I think, is cool. Can Riggs, Trent... Yeah, I already watched this. I ain't doing this. I'm not a fan of these guys. I don't know why I liked it. This needs to be talked about. Top albums in the world right now, and Some Sexy Songs for You is still on there. That's something to say. That album's over a year old, still getting bumped. It doesn't even get the correct love that it should. I think it should. Out of myself, I'm saying that I should love it. I don't know if anyone has listened to this new Tory Lanez album. It's really good. It's not something that you would expect. He's a rapper, but if you are a Tory Lanez fan, you know that he dabbles into other genres. He had like an 80s album where it was just kind of like love ballads and dancey songs. That album is incredible. And then this album is so good. It's just a feel-good album. There's a couple songs that stand out. The rest of them kind of blend into each other, but when it's a nice day and you're feeling good and you want to dance and bop your head a little bit, that's something that you throw on. But more important than all that is This guy is putting out music from jail. Some people don't even have the means to scratch 2 pennies together and they're outside of jail. Meanwhile, this guy is stacking up millions while he is in jail. How the fuck is he putting out music? How the fuck is he making music videos? He was even doing promo music videos, like short 2-3 minute kind of like skits promoting his new album. I don't know how he's doing it. The fact that he is able to rap, sing, and make all these different genres of music, he is one of the most talented musicians of our generation. There's 3 people that come to mind, because when you can scale multiple type of genres, that is a token, that is a sign of a good musician. Lil Wayne used to do it back in the day with rock. Some people will question his rock ability, but just the fact that he went there. Tory Lanez, it's hard for me to describe who this is, but this is a dude from Toronto. He was homeless, had a dream, and it was to become a musician, and he was living out of his car and made it happen. This is probably a story that you've heard before, but this is a guy that he's top 5 for me. He's a top 5 artist for me. But the 3 most talented artists of our generation, and this guy, I'm going to name an honorable mention 4th. He's the one making music in jail, yes. I'm going to mention an honorable mention 4th. Number 1 is Drake. Number 2 is Post Malone. Number 3 is Tory Lanez. And this is the music that I don't like, but his ability to go from rapping to singing to making like pop, punk rock music, Machine Gun Kelly. I think these people are extremely, extremely talented. I know this is dipping outside of your norms. This isn't what you typically go into, but it's worth saying. I'm not even saying. I feel like I could pick some. There actually is a song on this album, called Wong Tong Soup Mannion, and it's stupid. It sounds kind of stupid, but it's so catchy that like you'll love it. Wong Tong Soup, Wong Tong Soup, Wong Tong Soup. It's good. It's good. Shout out to Tory Lanez. All right, why can't you wear sweatpants to nice restaurants? This is a guy, I don't know, this is like a guy that's exclusive to hockey Twitter. He has a podcast with another hockey guy, Jordan Schmaltz, or Schmaltz. I'm not sure how to pronounce his name, but these guys are hilarious. They have great tweets. A lot of people are only funny in like video form where they're able to express themselves. These guys just writing things down is one of the funniest things that I've come across. Why can't you wear sweatpants to nice restaurants? I'm funneling all this food and all this piss directly into my barrel. That's what's got me. That's what got me right there. All this, I'm funneling piss directly into my barrel for 4 hours, and you're gonna make me wear pantaloons? Like, come on, let my goddamn barrel breathe. Let me be comfortable. That's great. I mean, that's just a great tweet. Shout out to Heat Daddy, Rob Gucci. So, these 2 tweets, Lil Wayne, Gino Aho, and Pussy Ass. These are people that, he's not afraid, Lil Wayne's not afraid to call someone a hoe. He'll throw that around, and he's thrown around Pussy Ass before, too. And what Gino Auriemma did during that South Carolina game, that was one of the most pissy-pantsy, like, feeble-minded, weak things that I've ever seen out of a coach. Like, when he beat Dawn Staley in the tournament before, like, it was like Dawn Staley first coming on the scene, and he wanted the whole crowd to get pumped up for her, like, oh, let's give her a round of applause. She wasn't good enough to beat me, but hats off to her for getting here. We really need to congratulate her. And then when her team beats your team, you throw a little hissy fit. You go, oh, you didn't shake my hand at half court. You didn't pay me any respect. You just lost. Shut your ass up. You're embarrassing yourself. You're embarrassing your team. You're embarrassing the university. That's unlike you, Gino. Have some class. You're a person that I know to have class. At least I thought so. Also, you fucked me, Gino. You absolutely fucked me. If you are from the New England area, you know about this promotion, but let me tell you, there is a furniture company called Jordan's Furniture, and they sell furniture. And they were running a promotion where if you bought furniture within a couple months span, it was like from January to the beginning of March, if the UConn women's and the UConn men's basketball teams made it just to the championship, they didn't have to win, they just had to make it to the championship. If they made it, sorry, getting a little stuffed up. If they both made it, whatever furniture that you bought during that time would be free. I bought a bed frame during that time. And I'm thinking I'm the biggest UConn fan. The UConn women's team seems like a no-brainer to make it to the finals. They are undefeated going to the Final Four. They're playing a lesser South Carolina team. And Gino Auriemma puts on the wrong underwear. He puts on the tight underwear that's got his nuts in a bunch. He wants to bitch and moan because doesn't get his team ready for the moment. They couldn't hit a fucking shot. And meanwhile, the UConn men's team, they were outmanned and outnumbered and outmatched all throughout the tournament. They had to play St. John's. They had to play Duke. They had to play Michigan State. They beat them all, and they made it to the championship. Basically, Gino screwed me out of a bed frame. That's really why I'm pissed. Yeah, I was just talking to the president kind of night. So this is referring to the Tiger video where he called up Trump after his crash and said, yeah, I was just talking to the president. That is pretty cool. The president, no matter, he's got a lot on his plate at the moment, and also I don't think he's going to be able to call in the favor on your DUI. I don't think he's going to be able to talk to the cops out of that one. Let me see. This is another great tweet. A lot of Rob Gucci on here. I don't get serious on here, but my advice to everyone, I'm not a doctor, is as soon as something goes wrong mentally or physically, always immediately get on pills they give you and keep taking them forever. Do not ask questions. Do not try to better yourself with diet or exercise. You want to take full coverage pills every day and rely on those. I mean, the sad part is that so many Americans live like that, where they're fat, they're out of shape, they're unhealthy, and they go to the doctor and they have 17 million things wrong with them. And the doctor, they can only tell them to diet and exercise so much, or even, and sometimes they won't even tell them to diet and exercise. Say, hey, you're fat, your heart doesn't work, you can barely breathe. Hold on, I got a text. Say you want to date me, but you meant so this guy's not very wrong, because a lot of people are doing that. A lot of people are just throwing pills in, saying, oh, my doctor told me to take this. I actually don't know what it does or what it's going to do for me, but I'm severely unhealthy and this pill should really do the trick. All right, let's see. Oh, okay. So we got Stevie Splits, Stevie Stats, Stevie Signs submitting some content to Tea Time. Pranks. This is what this show is about. Tea Time Timeline, your new weekly news recap show. Pranksters suspend Volkswagen Beetle from rock face in British Columbia. Parks officials in British Columbia said a hollowed-out Volkswagen Beetle suspended from a rock face in an apparent prank will be removed this week. The vehicle, painted red with the Canadian flag on the hood and the letter E on the roof, was spotted on a Squamish rock face, cool name for a rock, known to climbers as the Papoose, in late March. Also a cool name. I don't know if this article is too Canadian for me. I'm lost. The province's Ministry of Environment and Parks said that the area is currently closed for safety reasons and the car will be removed within the next week. ABC Parks spokesperson told Post Media News that the apparent prank has placed an unnecessary strain on park operations at one of the busiest times of the year. The Volkswagen Beetle is suspended above power lines and 99 highway, and it is imperative that visitors stay out of this area until this is addressed. If the car is not properly secured properly, it could fall and cause serious harm to visitors. Its removal may also pose a risk to those conducting the work to remove it. Yeah, let me see. Pranks, Volkswagen Beetle suspended from. Let's get a better sense of what Evan's saying. Yeah, I mean that's scary. That's scary to come across. You're looking up and you're looking up and you're seeing this, and like you think that could fall at any moment. Cool E Evan, was this you? Evan, is this you? Is this you doing this? My question to you, Tea Time, is should there be a punishment for the violators? Yes. There's got to be a punishment for these violators. This is something that could cause harm. I mean, it's not just a harmless prank. There's someone that is going to be risking themselves getting that car off of there. And if anything were to fall, then someone's getting hurt alongside it. My question is, how did they get it there in the first place? It seems like they were risking it themselves. All right, quick bathroom break. 20 more minutes left in the show. All right. Let's keep it moving in the positive direction, people. Yes, your boy can talk for 2 straight hours. Yes, I do this. I do this. Okay. I mean, Rob Gucci again with a great tweet. Me after getting asked to leave the bar because I won't stop smoking inside.
Yeah, I was just talking to the president.
That basically goes for anything. This is something that's political. We don't want to touch this here. This is a guy that's funny. All right, actually, that's the end of the show right here. There we go. There we go. That's the end of the show right there. Let me remove myself. I wanted to go 2 hours, almost did. Didn't have enough content for it. We'll know that for next time. Let's see here. Window capture. Yep. Oh, nope. Say you want to date me, but you got the wrong one. Wonton soup. You see the tweet the day Tiger Story came out where it was a golf guy saying he outdrove Tiger today. I hate to laugh. I hate to laugh because I feel bad for the guy. He's addicted to pain pills, and he's taking them every single day, and then it's just a toss-up whether it affects him in a way that he can't drive or not. But that is funny. That is funny, no doubt. Sorry to make it bleak, but just speaking candidly, and that's what this show is. So that is another edition of Tea Time. This is episode 1 of Tea Time Timeline, a weekly news recap show. And this is basically what it's going to be, where I'm going to I'm going to go to my Twitter timeline and just talk about things that I find interesting. It's going to be lighthearted, and everyone who was in the chat today, they came with the exact energy I was looking for. Presenting things, presenting questions, presenting topics, and hopefully it just keeps growing from there and more people want to be a part of it. But this is something I want to do weekly along with the sports. So we're just evolving. We're getting more well-rounded as a Tea Time collective around here. As always, I want to thank each and every one of you for showing up. This is something where you show up early and then you say a couple years from now, look where we're at. I was on this guy before anyone else was. And then we look back and laugh. Until next time, we always got that. I'm a little update. I'm going to be in Connecticut the next 2 weeks, visiting my friend Ev and his beautiful fiance Holly, and we're gonna have fun like we typically do. I'm excited for some Colony Pizza in the great state of Connecticut, that great rectangular state. In terms of Tea Time events coming up, I will be live for round 3 and round 4 of the Masters this weekend. We're gonna be streaming, not the whole thing, it's 5 hours. We're gonna be streaming a little bit of the Masters on Saturday, a little bit of the Masters on Sunday. Wouldn't mind if my beloved co-host, frequent recurring guest of the show, the coach, to show up for one of those days and really get down with me. Until then, until next time, until always,